Hey guys, so this chapter we did this week, or last few weeks, was light and sound waves. Some of it was pretty self-explanatory. I mean, we all know what a wave is. We've all been to like a lake or an ocean or whatever. You can read it just as well as I can, so I was just going to show you a few different things. First thing I'm going to show you is something about wave behavior with reflection, the law of reflection, with the incident ray, reflected ray. Okay, so what I have here is this nifty thing glued to a mirror. So this is going to show us angles. The law says waves get reflected in a particular way. A wave reflects at the same angle as the angle that it moved towards the barrier. So if a wave moves towards a wall at 90 degrees, it's going to bounce off at 90 degrees. Okay, so here, if something comes in at, say, the 50 degrees right here, and bounces off the mirror, it's going to also bounce off at 50 degrees over here. And I'm going to show you that in just a second, all right? Okay, so my nifty little protractor mirror device is in some water. I added a drop of milk to it to make it cloudy. This is my little laser pointer, and I'll show you when you shine it right in the middle. So see, the laser goes in at a certain angle. You can see it bouncing off over here. And then if you change the angle, the reflective angle changes to, see? So it bounces off at exactly the same angle as it is shining at it with. So there's that. That is the law of reflection. All right, now, I mean, a lot of the stuff I feel like is kind of self-explanatory. It's kind of hard to really show it in real life. That's Jeremiah shining the laser beam at the book. Hi, Jeremiah. So for this one, constructive interference and destructive interference, I think we've probably all experienced that if we've jumped on a trampoline. So if you've been jumping on a trampoline with some friends and all of a sudden you have like that mega super jump that flings you into the air, that is constructive because the waves get basically added together to make the mega bounce. And then also the opposite, destructive, would be when you're jumping and then you get like that dead bounce where you're just like, and then you don't go anywhere. It's because they are negatives and they negate each other. And then you just kind of go bam. So there's that. Okay, so electromagnetic spectrum. So if you picture, so these waves are like if you picture holding a string and you're up and down with it and the wave goes, along like this. Pretty self-explanatory. There's a lot of different kinds on the electromagnetic spectrum. The only ones I can obviously show you are visible light, because all these other ones, but again, I think you could probably think of some examples of some of those yourselves. So visible light, obviously the light that we can see. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the whole Roy G. Biv thing. That gives you the order of the visible light spectrum: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And I am going to show you a little experiment. You can probably do it at home too if you want, but I'll show you that in a sec. Okay, so here's your Roy G. Biv, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And isn't it pretty? All right, so what you're gonna do is we're gonna see how all of that light combines to basically make the white visible light that we all know and love.
What if someone doesn't love it?
Well, then they're
dead.
Yep, dead to me. All right, let's get it going here. So we'll get it going pretty good before we can. So all those rainbow colors combined together, and I mean, if I could get it going really fast, it would just turn white. But all of those spectrums combined together to pretty much go white. I can only I can't get it going fast enough for that, but
When it's on video,
kinda neat.
When it's on video, it looks almost completely white.
oh, it does? Cool. So that
I'm
is
helpful.
that.
It looks so pretty.
Kind of neat, right? All right, so, whoop. All right, I have this. Thank you. So if you want to make this yourself, it's pretty easy. You just take
Don't smash this hand guide.
no. You take a CD or a DVD and you trace it on some cardboard, you trace it on some paper, and then you glue them together. You can just split it into your different colors. Color them in with Roy G. Biv. Remember Roy G. Biv. All right, and then you're gonna poke a hole through on either side of the middle circle that you filled in, and you're just gonna thread some string, 2 pieces of string, so 1 through each hole, and then you just spin it. It's kind of neat. I don't know. So there is the visible light spectrum. Okay, so sound waves are a little bit different from the other waves that we were talking about because they're more like, picture a slinky, okay? And you're both holding, there's 2 people holding in the end of it, and if you pull it this way, and then they go boing, 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 like that. That is how a sound wave, very official sound. What's the official sound of the, oh yes. Boing, 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 boing. Okay, so, I mean, obviously you guys can read all of this just fine. Intensity versus pitch and all that stuff. But I'm just going to show you something fun having to do with sound waves and because it makes vibrations. Are you ready, Miriam? Okay, wait. All right. So here what we have is just an empty bowl, and there's saran wrap stretched over the top, and there are grains of rice sitting on top. And Miriam is going to show us what to do. You ready?
Move!
So the sound waves are what moved the rice grains.
Move!
Yep.
Move!
Yep. All right.
Move! Don't move.
And okay, so that's it. That's all I have for this chapter. That's just air. That's just air. That's all I have for this chapter, guys. So I'm gonna put hopefully send a link to for another thing that's sound waves. That's much cooler than this one. It actually shows different patterns depending on what pitch the sound goes. Vibrates it or whatever. So anyway, all right. There's Jeremiah. Say hi, Jeremiah.
Use my Dungeons and Dragons stuff.
Okay, bye guys.